Hello, my very dear Leos. As I was starting this reading, I was seeing you. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 21st. So this was what I was seeing. I was seeing you on a hopscotch chalk outline on the sidewalk. And, different colors and all of that stuff. And you're throwing a rock to see where you're going to jump. And you jump and you land, but you're landing on one foot and you're looking around going, where do I jump next? And you're looking for a place to put both of your feet, to land on both of your feet. And the sense that I'm getting with this is that there is some disquiet about how to play with others right now. Some difficulty in knowing what the rules of the game are, what they're supposed to be, where you're allowed to land, where you're supposed to be balancing on one foot, waiting to see where the rock is going to fall next. Even though you are the one who has drawn the squares on the sidewalk in chalk and you're the one throwing the stone, it's like you're trying to feel things out to know where that's going to go. Now, of course, this is not for all Leos, right? Because it's a collective reading. But for those that I am reading this for, it feels as though the game has changed, basically, is what it's about. Is that what used to be your way of relating to people now is shifting a little bit, and you're not 100% sure how to fit in. How everybody, because it's not just that. Then it changes to not a hopscotch, where it's you land on one and then the next one is 2 feet and then one and then whatever, however it goes, right foot, left foot, whatever. Now we've got an entire floor that is made up into squares, and there's people on many of these squares. It looks more like a checkerboard, in that there are squares everywhere, but they're all the same color. It's not a chessboard. It's just a board of squares. And the whole point is that you get to talk about things and where you're going to move and where other people are going to move within this. This is now a communal situation. And what I'm being told here is it's going to be in your best interest to be not trying to figure out where you should move or where other people should move on this board, but to speak with them and create this new game, these new rules for how you all are going to move around this board. The energy around this can be difficult sometimes, because when a situation starts to change now all of a sudden and the rules are gone, or the rules that used to work don't quite work anymore, even though you may be the one who've changed the rules, there's still that sense of, how's it going to work? Am I going to be left alone? Am I going to be able to play with these other people? If not, then what? And there can be a hopelessness that kind of goes back to, I feel for a lot of you Leos, that there has been a kind of disappointment early on in life about not being sure where you belong or how you fit. And it may not be as obvious to everybody in that direct way, but it might be feeling the disquiet in a situation, in a family, where you're picking up stuff and you don't even know you're picking it up. And then you find out later, oh, yeah, that was going on. But there was that sense of not being sure about where you were, who you were. Leos, you can take on some trauma in your life and not even define it as trauma, because you can be so fiery in an intellectual way in terms of how you manage your emotions. But the thing is, when you press them down, it's not that you've worked them out. It's just that you have not let them take you down in the moment. Well, and speaking of Leos, who's this beautiful feline? So listen, what I'm getting here for you is really try to look at this not in such a, try not to look at this. That sounds really, really silly. Just try. What you're being told here is this is an opportunity for you to look at what you have held on to that has been about you feeling like you don't belong, maybe feeling let down, whatever emotions that you have had that you've held on to that have not been in your best interest, that have been about isolation, resentment, feeling used, feeling abused, not being sure if you're loved, all of that stuff. This is a really good opportunity for you to be able to do that and to redefine what the rules are for you and for anybody else who's involved, and understand that you have the ability to do that because you are loved, Leo. You are loved. And the thing is, it's about you really understanding that in a way where you don't have to push people away before they push you away. You don't have to always interpret somebody setting boundaries as you being pushed away. All right? Likewise, it can also be about you letting people set boundaries with you in a way where you now understand where your boundaries need to be as well. Because when somebody else sets a boundary with you, it's a lot easier for you to go, oh, okay then, all right, now this is my boundary. And can you set boundaries? Because Leos, I love you, but you're not always good at that. And let's face it, most of us with wounds and triggers are not great at setting boundaries. Often they come off as walls. Sometimes they're just very, very harsh. But the whole point of all of this growth and consciousness thing is, how can we set boundaries that set us up to be well within ourselves and in our relationships? And it takes practice, okay? Leos, you have a tendency to be able to take care of things, to be in control of situations. And part of what this is about is you being able to be loved, know that you're loved, be loving without having to do, without having to take care of, okay? And this is a big renegotiation for a lot of you, but it's really worth it. It's really, really worth it, because then what you get to do is you just get to be love, and you get to be in a state of ease, and you get to drop any of those old hurts that weren't, I won't say weren't legitimate, but were based in perhaps a misunderstanding of what was going on at the time, okay? Leo, this is actually really good for you. Oh, okay, so one more thing. Play, okay? Play is spontaneous, it's fun, its goal is laughter and fun and enjoying the moment. It might be silly and it doesn't worry about what things look like. It risks seeming silly and immature. It can be loud or quiet, often found in creativity. So Leos, you are capable of a lot of creativity. You don't always see it in yourselves, and it can be in the way you decorate a place. It can be the way you dress. It can be actual active creative projects. But that is a really, really great way for you to calm the fire. Hold on. Here we go. That's perfect. It's a great way for you to calm the fire and to reorient your vision. The thing is, you got to want to, right? So, sorry, something was falling. Take a break. Take a break from working on making you or your life better. Your figure, your intelligence, communication skills, spiritual practice, self-love, self-discipline, sales quota, your mood. Just let it go. But you can remember, how do you want to experience things? You're the one who's now setting the grid. You're the one who's negotiating where everybody gets to be placed. But remember, it's negotiation. It's meant to be not instructive. It's meant to be cooperative. Okay? Suggestive, perhaps. Cooperative. All right? There you go. Okay, that's it. Take care, Leo. Thanks for coming by.